Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking what it really means to be a scholar in our digital world. We've taken all the core lessons from a national academic writing workshop and boiled them down into a practical guide for you to thrive in today's super competitive academic landscape.
Okay, let's just dive right in. This comparison really says it all, doesn't it? The world of the scholar has gone from the quiet solitude of a library, surrounded by books and handwritten notes, to this buzzing, dynamic digital ecosystem. It's not just about deep thinking anymore. It's about navigating global networks and, using these incredibly powerful AI tools. Scholarship today is just as much about connection and technology as it is about contemplation.
So yeah, the scholar has been completely reimagined. This whole transformation is exactly what we're digging into today, using some incredible insights from that recent academic workshop to see how we can move from just quiet reading to skillfully navigating this digital universe. And here's the key takeaway right up front. Just being a good writer, it's not enough anymore. Modern scholarship is really a three-legged stool. You have to be a sharp critical thinker, a digitally savvy researcher, and an ethically responsible creator. These three pillars are totally inseparable now. All right, so what actually goes into this new modern toolkit? Let's break it down. It's all about mastering both the timeless craft of writing and the new code of communicating in the academic world. First things first, the foundation has not changed one bit. Strong academic writing still rests on these four pillars. You need formality to keep it professional, precision so you're choosing the exact right word, clarity so people can actually understand your complex ideas, and objectivity, making sure your arguments are all about the evidence, not your personal feelings. These are completely non-negotiable. And now we add the modern twist. Today's toolkit is basically incomplete if you're not proficient with artificial intelligence. AI can be this amazing, powerful assistant for everything from brainstorming to summarizing. But, and this is a big but, that power requires very careful and very skillful handling. So how do you actually get an AI to do what you want effectively? Well, it's not magic, it's a skill. And this RTCC framework is a perfect way to do it. You start with role. Tell the AI who to be, like you're an expert academic editor. Then give it a task. Be specific about what you need. Provide the context, the necessary background info. And finally, set the constraints, things like tone or word count. You follow the structure and you're going to get results that are actually intelligent and useful. However, here comes the big warning label. Using AI carries a pretty significant risk, and it's called AI hallucination. This is when an AI trying to be helpful literally just makes stuff up. It can generate data, quotes, or citations that look 100% real but are completely fake. And that, of course, is a huge threat to academic integrity. So how do you spot it? You have to become a bit of a digital detective. You have to ask the critical questions. Are these sources real? Can I actually verify them? Is the AI making these huge, confident claims with zero evidence to back it up? Does the language just feel generic, like it's just stringing together academic-sounding words? Your best defense is just constant vigilance. And this brings us to the golden rule of using AI in research, the human-in-the-loop approach. It's simple. You, the researcher, are always in charge. You have to actively verify every single fact, evaluate every argument, and, at the end of the day, take full responsibility for the final work. The AI is a tool, not the author. Okay, so you've got a well-researched, ethically written draft. Now what? The journey shifts. The next critical step is getting that work out into the world so it can make a real impact. Let's look at the path to publication. For most academics, the big goal is to publish in what are called indexed journals. This just means getting your work into the major academic databases, like Scopus or Web of Science. You can think of them as the world's most exclusive research libraries. Getting in there is absolutely crucial for building your credibility and joining that global scholarly conversation. And here is the universal blueprint for most scientific papers. It's called the IMRID structure, and it tells a very clear story. You start with the introduction to set the stage. Then you clearly explain your methods. Next, you present your results, just the facts. And finally, in the discussion, you get to explain what it all means. It's just a clean, logical flow that guides the reader through your research. But a great structure isn't everything. Professionalism is absolutely key. This means doing a really thorough literature review so you know what people are already talking about. It means getting a digital ID. It's called an ORCID ID to make your work uniquely yours. And trust me, using a citation manager like Mendeley will save you so much time. And above all, it means being rigorously honest to avoid plagiarism.
Now let's zoom out. A successful academic career is so much more than just a list of publications. It's about developing a strategic mindset, about seeing the entire intellectual landscape of your field and understanding exactly where you fit in.
I love this piece of advice from Dr. Kalyani Valath. It captures such a vital mental shift. You have to move from being a passive student, just soaking up information, to being an active teacher, an organizer and creator of knowledge. I'm telling you, this changes everything about how you learn and do research. And once you adopt this mindset, your field stops being just a list of facts you have to memorize. It becomes this dynamic, interconnected map. You start to see that ideas don't just pop up out of nowhere. They're part of this massive, ongoing conversation that's been happening for centuries. And your job is to find your place on that map. Take literary theory, for instance. You can see it as this constantly evolving timeline. Romanticism was a reaction to neoclassicism. Modernism responded to Romanticism. Contemporary theories like post-colonialism are challenging the entire tradition. Seeing those connections is so much more powerful than just memorizing names and dates. This map thinking, when you combine it with practical strategies like using mnemonics or logical inference, is what builds true academic mastery. It's the difference between just knowing facts and strategically navigating knowledge. And that's a skill you need for everything from research breakthroughs to passing those high-stakes exams. So when we pull all these pieces together, the timeless principles, the modern tools, the publication strategies, and that strategic mindset, what do we get? We get the blueprint for the empowered modern scholar. So to sum it all up, these are the core lessons. Success today demands disciplined writing, smart use of tools like AI, and a completely unwavering commitment to ethics. And crucially, it requires understanding that scholarship is a team sport now. It's not a solo mission. This blend of tradition and innovation is really the new DNA of academia. And this leaves us with a final big question to think about. As technology automates more and more of the research process, what is the true role of the human scholar? Well, it seems the role of creativity, of critical inquiry, of ethical judgment, it becomes more important than ever. And defining that role is both the challenge and the massive opportunity for the entire future of scholarship.